Before we get into today's video, I do want to let you guys know that this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Please remember to be kind to everybody everywhere in your everyday life, in your home, in the grocery store, and especially in the comment section down below. Please do not show hate to anybody, anywhere. Good morning, my lovelies, my beauties, my friends. My name is Christina and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really hope that you will subscribe, stick around, take a chance in hearing some things that I have to say. And if you are a returning subscriber, y'all already know, y'all are my babies. So good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everybody doing today? I hope you all are having an amazing day. I hope you all are having a wonderful hump day Wednesday so far. We're halfway through the week. I was just talking about this yesterday with somebody about how it is so wild to know that we're almost in July of 2023. I feel like time is just flying by. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about what has recently come out in court that Bryan Kohberger has just had. Things that we found out, is my opinion starting to sway a bit, what I think about the lack of evidence now that the DP is being sought after by the prosecution. If you guys are not all caught up on the Idaho 4 Bryan Kohberger case, I have a whole playlist. You guys go and get caught up. Otherwise, I'm just going to pick right up where I left off in the last video and update you guys on things that I found was intriguing or important from my unprofessional opinion from court and all of that. The first thing that I want to bring up, okay, is Ann Taylor, who, by the way, I think is doing a really great job. So far, she's doing a really great job, which is interesting because I remember when Bryan was arrested, when he was originally arrested, and we were talking about this stuff, and we were talking about, you know, them transporting him back from Pennsylvania to Idaho, and the things that had come out in the arrest affidavit, and so many people were saying, this is it, they've got him, and I remember being like, listen, just because somebody's arrested does not mean they're convicted yet. Like, there is no celebration in justice until the right person is arrested and the right person is sentenced, right? Like, we still have a whole trial. Like, this is pins and needles in my opinion. But nevertheless, Ann Taylor is doing a really great job as a public defender, and she's working her butt off for this. But something that she said in their court hearing that they had yesterday that was, by the way, everything in this video is based on my own personal, unprofessional opinion. Go do your own research and form your own opinions, because this is all just filtered through my own layman understanding. But when she got up there, because the prosecution and the defense are going back and forth about discovery, about what the defense is allowed to have and know that the prosecution has, and how they've built their case against Bryan Kohberger. Now, recently, we have seen all kind of documents come out, and one of them in particular where the defense has come out and said that the prosecution is hiding its entire case. I've even done a video talking about this, like, why would they be hiding evidence? Well, Ann Taylor got up in court and said that I want to make it clear that the prosecution is doing nothing wrong.
And during the course of the last several months, there has been a lot of discovery that's been requested and a lot that's been supplied. I come here asking the court to compel discovery. I'm seeking an order directing that we receive this discovery. I'm not seeking any other kind of sanction. I don't come here saying that the prosecutor has done something wrong. I come here saying that there are things that we have a disagreement about whether I should get them or when I should get them, and we seek a court order to assist us in this regard.
Basically, she was saying that they are handing over evidence, but she wants more. She wants more stuff, and that's where the issue is. Something else I wanted to talk about is the fact that the state's attorney has come out and said that they are going to be going for the DP against Bryan Kohberger. So if he's found guilty, they are looking to have him sentenced to death, which when the prosecution goes after the DP, which is obviously the highest form of punishment, that or life in prison. Some people think life in prison is worse. But when a prosecution goes after the DP, because it is such a and I'm putting this in my own words, because it is such a serious form of punishment, like literally the possible ending of life, the defendant typically gets more money added to their defense, which makes me think, as of now, that the prosecution really believes in their case. I know that the prosecution did go and talk to the families of the 4 Idaho students, Maddie, Kaylee, Ethan, and Xana's families, and got their input on whether they wanted the DP or not for Bryan Kohberger if he's found guilty. But nevertheless, in my opinion, the prosecution has to really believe in their case in order to go after that for him, because now Bryan Kohberger is going to be able to do even more for his defense than if it was just life in prison. So I do think that the prosecution has more information, and I've told you guys this, even with all of the rumors out there, even with everything else, I believe that they believe or know he's the guy. I really, truly do. Something else I wanted to bring up, and I talked about this on my video on Monday, so if y'all haven't seen it and you want to go and watch it, is all of these rumblings about the fact that there was no DNA from any of the 4 victims found in Bryan Kohberger's car, apartment, house, parents' house, any of that. And so many people are saying, oh my gosh, it's impossible. He should have had a speck of DNA. That does not surprise me, although I was hoping that if Bryan is the guy that they were going to find that link. But you guys got to remember, this is not, again, your everyday Joe Schmo. I would more expect that if it was a college student that came in there for some sort of, substance thing, like the rumors are going around online, and they did it, then there would be bloody fingerprints, there would be this, and this. But the fact that there was a lack of footprints, from what we know of right now, there is no footprints trailed through the house. That could be for a couple reasons. It could be because the person did not step in any fluids and take it out, but it could also be because somebody was preparing for this and had the knowledge of how to try to get away with a crime. So you guys, it's not like they had a whole bunch of like handprints, footprints, signs of somebody pulling somebody's hair out or getting some skin on, getting some skin under a fingernail, and they're not matching it to Bryan. It's not there. That evidence has not been there. So whoever did this, as of the information that we have right now, has to have some sort of knowledge on how to get in and out of these. Also, I wanted to remind you guys that the BTK killer, literally somebody that Bryan Kohberger has studied, been underneath, his main teacher that he was underneath has gone into the prisons and visited him and interviewed him, and has been very close with him through the years. The BTK did not get caught because they found evidence. And he was on the loose doing these crimes for 30 years. His own family, his daughters, nobody had a clue. And he worked for the police department at one point. The reason why BTK got caught was 30 years later, he got bored and started writing letters to the newspaper about it because he wanted people to be talking about him again. At the time that he committed the crimes, they were not able to link what they found there back to him. And so it's like, I feel like in one instance, we're acting like this is like just the bombshell information that they didn't find anything in his car. Yeah, sure, a normal person that went into that house in the heat of a moment and, committed these crimes would probably have something on them. But if you have somebody that has been studying this, who is trained in this, who is known to have a personality to be the smartest person in the room. We heard about how he was as a teacher's assistant and what the students said about him and how he was constantly getting in trouble at the universities, allegedly, for basically trying to show his dominance and being against women. And so, come on, you guys. I don't know. It just is it makes sense. And this is what I'm thinking. Again, all my opinion and speculation. I'm thinking that the police came in there to investigate the crime scene. They realized, holy cow, this is crazy. This is a big deal. They get the FBI involved. They get other counties involved. And when they start narrowing things down, okay, and they probably making mistakes along the way, when they narrow things down and they get down and they hone in on Bryan Kohberger and they realize his history, his training, his schooling, and they start putting it together with what they found and have not found at the crime scene, I think they were like, oh crap. Like, we're dealing with somebody here that knows how we do these investigations, knows what to leave behind and what not to leave behind. And I think they were like, we have to approach this in a different way. That's just what I'm thinking. Lastly, and again, pure speculation and pure my opinion, I want to bring it back to Bryan's first mugshot right here, okay? Again, I'm not a professional. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just a regular person like y'all, talking to y'all like if we was sitting on the back porch talking about this case, like, let me tell you about this. Just pure opinion. Is this the mugshot of a person that is completely caught off guard? Oh my gosh, why am I being arrested for this? I would never, like, or is this the facial expression of somebody that's like, game time? All right. And to be fair, okay, when you're getting a mugshot, somebody could have made a joke in the background and they snapped it right at that moment. He could have been sad before and then it was snapped. We don't really know. But you got to admit, with everything that we know now, the training, the fact that there was a single source of DNA that matched Bryan Kohbergers to the octillionth. And I'm telling y'all, he thought he got, in my opinion, he thought he wiped everything clean. But that one speck of DNA was on there. And for the people out there, and I love y'all, I'm just letting y'all know I disagree with y'all, okay? But I'm reading y'all's comments, I'm seeing what y'all are saying. But for the people that are saying, why would there only be one speck of DNA? To you, I say, if there was no DNA, if there was no trace of a perpetrator, there would be people that would say, man, they would have to have dropped something. I mean, just one thing, just one eyelash, one eyebrow, one speck of skin cell. Well, here it is. Here's the one speck, because everything else was obviously meticulously cleaned. And I've also seen people online say, well, wouldn't they have been able to tell if he cleaned his car with bleach? Maybe he didn't clean his car with bleach. The man was found wearing gloves in his parents' home and taking trash to the neighbor's house in the middle of the night, and that was not like him, allegedly, according to his sister. She thought it was weird. So weird, she went out and checked his car herself because she was like, why is he doing this? Why is he wearing gloves in the house in the middle of the night? Why is he putting his trash in other bags? And just seemed weird. I don't know, you guys. As of now, I think he is the guy. And I think this is, like some of y'all have said in the comments section, one big project to him. What do y'all think? Let me know what y'all think down below. What do you think about the DP? What do you think about all of it? Let me know down below. This is going to be, I'm telling you guys, I hope that they keep the cameras in the courtroom. This is going to be the trial of trials because Ann Taylor and her team are coming hard. I do hope that in their hearts that they're doing this because they really believe Bryan versus they want to win. But, you know, that's not for me to decide. That's just me thinking. I mean, he deserves a defense regardless, but it's going to be a trial of trials. What do y'all think? Let me know down below. Other than that, I love you guys. Thank y'all for being here, and I'll see y'all on Friday. Bye.